Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is the class to press and plie. Kettlebells like those with hips like these and bars on the wall or your balance aid at your side. We'll get to those leg circles in just a second, but first it's Lauren's warm-up. So welcome to week 2 of semester 1 in 2024. Like, subscribe, but more important than anything, follow along.
With our feet underneath of us, we'll start warming them up by pulling a leg back, sending it to the ball of the foot or that demi-point position. Push some weight straight down into that. Then use your toes to point, and let's do a nice pointed foot, just lightly hovering off the floor. Knee is in line, hip is nice and extended, and we're using our arch to point. Then we'll roll back through that demi-point, come to a 2-point rise, and switch. So that demi-point, push down, push down, push down first. Then use your toes to pointy point. Check it out. How does that toe foot action look? Toes are trying to reach long and away, not just curl up. And then back to the demi foot, up, down, and switch again. Toes to use to point your foot and hold, and then back down and up and down and switch toes to use. This time we'll come to that demi point. We'll go up and switch. We'll come down, our knee will bend and our hips will lightly sit back. Then from there, the hips will extend. We'll go double up and switch. Down, knee bends, a little bit of a tip to allow those femurs to scoot back. Extend up one more time each side here. Knees and hips are square to the front of your room. Press through to tall. Last one, double up. Land, then blend into that knee bend. Now let's stay here. Ceiling comes down, stay the same height, peel both heels up off the floor and hold that bent foot balance. Then heels down. See if you could sink any lower. Peel the heels back up again. This time we'll sink and sink and sink and try to hold, but then we'll press back out of that all the way up to tall, 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 tall. And this time we'll make our way all the way to the floor. So we'll stay on those tiptoes, our knees will bend all the way down. We'll get as low as we can go. With or without those hands, soft landing, hips extend, toes point behind us, sit back. We'll warm up those wrists quickly before we do our first plank. We do those planks to get ready for our pressing tension. Right now, with those hands underneath shoulders, open wide and gripping the floor. Check in with shoulders, gently shrug them up. I don't know, upward and the blood donation faces forward. We feel all those fingers connected to the floor. Breathe. We'll gently pull yourself a little bit forward into that wrist extension, loading up the whole hand just like you do your foot, and then push yourself back. And one more time, rock yourself a little bit forward, keeping your elbows straight. Peel those palms away from the floor, and then gently flick the floor away. Give that a little shake out. Let's do one full turn of the hands. Come down briefly, so fingertips are coming down facing knees, then palms land. Again, shrug your shoulders up, pull your shoulders down. Try to keep the elbows straight and the fingers heavy as you sit back. Then use your fingers to press yourself forward. And one last time, we'll rock back, we'll add the elbow bend, and we'll slowly peel the palms away. Flicking, giving that a little shake. We'll check in with our splits, and then we'll come back for that plank tension.
While we were in that position, you probably had that cow-like hip or an anterior tip, and we'd recommend that you practice that same skill here. So get a little bit slouchy first, Lauren, from the side, but then pulling those femurs into the hips, tip that tailbone back so we're sitting on those sit bones. Let's take one leg into the dorsiflex shape and actually do that with both. Gently pull the heel into the floor, creating a little bit of flex shape into that knee, and then casually extend and maybe wiggle that open just a little bit more. Repeat on the same side. Drag a heel down as you try to bend that knee, feeling the adductor and the hamstring say hello, and then straighten. And again, a little bit of a gentle open. Now, same thing on the other side. The knee is straight to start, the dorsiflex shape on the foot, and we'll feel that pull tension through the groin hamstring. Gently extend. Wiggle it open if that's available for you, and repeat one more time. Same thing of dragging or digging that heel into the floor, bending the knee, creating length, and then the extension. From here, we'll keep those legs nice and wide and either commit to those pointed toes or those dorsiflexed ankles, and then leading a long spine forward, You might pull on the floor just a little bit to create some tension to keep that nice long shape. And then just like Lauren there, breathe into it as you slide or glide from side to side. Find the middle and then push yourself back up to tall. Maybe you could again create a little bit more wiggle room in those hips and repeat one last time as we keep the spine nice and long, pushing our heart or our sternum towards the ground. And then breathe with a nice neutral neckline, a nice long spine line, and under time and tension, take your time and push yourself back up to a tall position. We'll continue the stretch, we'll continue the strength, and the strength bits go to Lauren.
So next we're going back to that plank position, and here we'll get ready for our first round of presses. We need to explore tension through our body, that we have a strong foundation to press out of, so hands are under shoulders, toes are tucked, hips are up, and let's hold that plank. Squeeze your cheeks, pull your kneecaps up so your legs are nice and tight. Shoulders are pulled down to engage those lats. You have a tight core. I couldn't move you if I tried, but you're breathing underneath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, knees come down. Take a second off. Let's do that one more time and then we'll stand ourselves up. So one more time up in that plank position, tight legs, tight cheeks, tight abs, shoulders pulled down. Now without moving, pull your right hand to your left hip. And without moving, pull your left hand to your right hip. Feel that cross-body tension, then lift the hips. Let's try to keep the hands where they are and walk the feet in as close as we can get them. Then peel the palms away, tuck the chin, and slowly stack yourself up all the way to tall. Whew, whew. Give that a little shake out.
Hear more from me in just a second, but I want to pick up that kettlebell and figure out how heavy it is before I start to press it. So what do we do, Lauren?
We'll stand over top of that belt, and first we'll just hold it in that rack position, getting used to it, getting ready to press. So we hinge over top, we grip with one hand, cuddle with the second, pull, punch through, and hold. Right now your fingers are driving towards the ceiling, or those knuckles. We have the vertical forearm in tight. We have that plank-like tension where we squeeze our cheeks, brace our abs, quads are nice and tight, strong foundation to press out of, 2 hands, use your hinge as you place the bell back down on the floor. Shake it out, repeat the same thing on the other side. It's a hip hinge, pull to rack, get the foundation, push down, squeeze cheeks, brace abs, think about pressing, driving all the knuckles up towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 2 hands, park, shake it out. When we come back to that bell, we'll be pressing it. Until then,
to the bar. Lauren warmed us up quite nicely in that parallel position with the feet and the squat. So let's right away turn out to the first. To get there, start with those feet in a parallel position, and then take the leg out front, do a turnout on the hip, and return it underneath in a turned out fashion. Then repeat on the other side, to the front, turn out, heels together, near touching or similar with that turned out V stance. From here, let's do our diamond shaped plie, and then push those hips through to tall. Repeat again with flat feet, diamond shaped plie, and push the hips through, fully stretching the knees. Repeating again, as low as you can get on flat feet, then the heels lift to help us get lower, push those ankle bones forward, and then heels to the ground, push the hips through, and let's find a 2-foot balance here in first, and hold. For 3, 2, slowly return, heels to the floor. We'll tendu or point the leg to the side, and then encourage you to land toes and balls and heel. 3 repetitions of the squat, pull ourselves down with control for our first, and then full hip extend. Repeating again for that second squat in our second position, and push the hips through. Now slight variation here, pull yourself down onto 2 feet, and lift a heel for 3, 2, 1. Return that heel. Do the same thing on the other side. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Full heels to the floor. Think about getting lower. One more time. Lift those heels for 3, 2, 1, and heel down. And final time. 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Hips through like it's easy. I'm going to point my foot to Lauren to bring it underneath my hip. And then find our first ankle balance here. The hips are forward. The ribs are down over top. The knee is pointing to the side and the toes are pointing to the ground. Finish in that first position, and with your balance aid, or challenge yourself without, let's just try the same balance on the other side. The toes point down, the knee is to the side. That checklist doesn't really change, but as you go as you go through one item on the list, go forward and keep adding to it as you can. Then return to the first position, and then we're going to shake it out. And I look forward to my first set of
presses. Round one. So last week we alternated between ones, twos, and threes, and twos and ones. And this week we'll add one more rep in there. We'll be alternating between twos and threes, and twos and threes, and twos. So if you're with us, first set, 2 reps each side. It's a hip hinge pull to rack. Zip up, inhale, brace, press out of that plank leg tension. Inhale down, press out, inhale down. 2 hands, park the bell. Shake it off, prepare for lift off on the other side. Inhale, keep it, and 1, drive through that pinky, inhale, pull down. 2, pinky side, pull down, 2 hands on, park the bell, shake it out. Whew, set 1 done.
Set 1, sounds fun. Returning to the bar for squats or pliés with those legs moving around in a circle shape. So address that first position, and with the hand on the bar, or you could challenge yourself without, get into a 2-leg squat. Then transfer your weight to that inside leg and point the other leg to the front. Let's keep it there as we extend the single leg. Now bend the single leg, and as you stand up, return the leg back underneath of the hip. Same thing out to the side. So do a 2-footed squat, that plie, out to the side. Keep that leg turned out as you stretch your standing leg, and then bend the standing leg, and as it assembles together, both legs return straight. It's to the back with 2 legs bending, single leg reaching. Keep it turned out as you stretch the standing leg, and then bend the leg and straighten both knees together. And final time to the side, a squat plie. Switch to the side. Keep it as long as you can as you stretch, and then bend on a single leg and assemble both legs together. Finish with a balance on that ankle position or coup de pied. And from a flat foot, could we challenge ourselves towards that demi-point rise? And hold, and breathe, and go through that checklist. I'm saying it confidently and quietly under my breath here as I return to the first and back down with control. The shake, the wiggle, they're always welcome. And what we do on one side, we'll switch to the other. 2-foot squat, single leg out front, straighten the single leg, bend the single leg, and that one leg has never bent and it returns back underneath. It's to the squat. It stays so straight until we're done as we stretch the bend. We bend the one on the inside, and then both legs come back together. 2 feet on the floor, and then we'll switch to the one, and we'll stretch, and we'll reach to the back, and then fully assemble together. And one more time is a 2-foot squat, a reach to the side, stretching of the hip, a bending of that knee and ankle, and then back together. Fully commit to that full foot balance. And if that's the challenge that you're excelling at today, challenge yourself to that demi-point rise. And for the extra challenge, try to look at your partner as you're doing that. Woo, that's challenging. So return to the 2 feet, like it was easy, shake it out, and we're back to that bell.
Set number 2 here, and as promised, 3 reps. If 3 reps is too many, drop it down, do less, make that last rep successful. First side, hip hinge. Inhale, pull to rack. 1, inhale down. 2, squeeze your cheeks like you did in your plank. Brace your abs like you did in your plank. Pull down, park bell, shake it out. Soft landings. Same thing, second side. Hip hinge. Inhale, pull to rack. 1, inhale down. 2, eyes stay up, drive through pinky. Tight everything as you press out of that. And then pull down. And nice job on those presses. 2 sets down. 3 to go.
Woo, right on. And back to the bar. Upper body strength or full body strength, and lower body stretch or full body stretch, as we know this turns out to as well. So we're in our first position, and we'll do straight leg hip circles followed by a bent leg hip circle after. So take that front leg or outside leg to the front. That's a turned out position for Lauren and I. And now let's turn in on that hip. We'll turn out on the hip and return the leg to the side. Same effort. Let's turn in on the hip, hiding the inseam. Hip stays forward as we turn out. And now maintain that turnout for this practice as we take the leg to the back and then brush the ankle or heel forward and then return it to the back, sending the energy through the hips forward and then turn out of the hip from the back to the side to the front, and back under to that first position. Now on a bent leg, single leg squat or plie, then take it from the front to the side and from the side to the back. And fully stretch the leg as that other leg comes all the way through to the front, and then time it so the legs assemble together. Then we bend onto that single leg at the knee and then open it from the back to the side and the side to the front. Push the hip forward, return the foot under, find the ankle, stay there if that's for you, or find that passe position. Find the highest retire or passe here at the knee, and the hip is low. The balance aids are there as we need, and keep that knee reaching to the side and return it to the ground. Shakes and wiggles and sighs for relief, and back to quickly doing that on the other side as well. So it's a straight leg and we tendu or reach forward. Let's turn in on that hip and follow that with a turn out. With the inseams forward, toes pointed, reach the leg to the side. We'll turn in on the hip, follow that with our turn out, extending those hips forward. Maintain the turnout as we take the leg from the side to the back. Then brush that ankle forward, tenduing or pointing with straight legs, and then the heel reaches back. We turn out of that hip as it goes from the back to the side, and then onto the front and back underneath our hips. And now we'll transfer weight to that inside leg and reach a circle of that leg shape from the front to the side. It keeps turning out as it reaches towards the back. We'll stretch, ankles lead us forward through first to that tendu point. And now toes lead us back, knees bend in time. Take it from this back to the side, to the front, hips through, up the leg, toes point. Find that knee position, present the ankle forward, knees towards your side, hips nice and level. Cramp that standing leg glute, and Lauren's cue for the foot on this is?
Be on that forefoot.
Be on the forefoot.
Ready to rise.
Awesome. That comes up next. We'll finish with control and back to the bell.
Our press is set number 3. So we waved here and we're dropping 1 rep, 2 reps each side. Over top of your bell, prepare for liftoff, first side. Inhale, pull to rack. Out of that plank tension 1. And repeat, out of that plank tension 2. Pull the bell down. 2 hands. Place it down. Whew, shake it out. Second side. Inhale. Pull to rack. Tight, tight, tight. Press that bell. Release the tension. Pull it down. And up. Gather it back up. Press it overhead. Pull it down. Park it with control. Shake it out. 3 sets down. 2 to go.
Right on. That means you only have a couple more bar exercises here too. And this one is the core hold, leg hold variations. So let's take a leg from that first position and pull up to the ankle. We can perform these from the low position at the ankle, or at your discretion, find that passe position at the knee. From here, we'll keep the knee bent and we'll hold that attitude position out front. Maintain the turned out femur at the hip, crampy bum cheek, and again, find the forefoot on the standing leg. Then pull back to the knee and challenge yourself with that attitude out the back. The foot is in line with your belly button or that other landmark, reaching out the back with the knee slightly bent, and then return to that passe position. And one more time, keep the knee at that same height and extend it to the side and hold. The side and hold.
Oops.
Attitude can work too. That was really nice.
You said again.
And then back
So
to
I just
passe.
did it again.
And if it's for you, can we find that balance on those demi points in our passe position, and then return to first and back to the ground. Very cool. Lauren just has a great attitude about those. She loves those attitudes.
No, I don't.
That's why she wanted to do more.
I gritted my teeth and did one more.
I know. So the third is to the side. Front, back, and a straight leg out to the side. So we're in the first, and we're climbing that leg, and we're unfurling or extending the leg just a little bit, but keeping a bent knee, toes in line with belly button, Are you on the front of the foot? I had to check that as well. Then back to the knee, and we'll maintain that turned out action and the attitude to the back. And again, it's okay to lean forward with the harder sternum a little bit, as long as we're not compensating at the lumbar or low back. And then one more time, keep the knee in the same position, extend, and try to find the front of the foot. There we go. And back to the knee. Stay flat foot, challenge yourself a little bit, and maybe even those arms in their first position, or even overhead. Challenge yourself as you go and return to the ground like it was easy. And maybe that is easy compared to these presses, or maybe the presses are easy compared to the balances. Find amazing challenges everywhere.
And do both, even if you don't like it.
Do both.
All right, we're to our presses here. Set number 4 for 3 reps each side. Over top. Remember, if 3 is too many, do less. Inhale, brace abs. And up. 1, inhale down. Use the up as you press it out of that rack position. And one more time. And up. Good. Bell comes down. 2 hands. Places down. 3 felt good. Let's do it again on the second side. Hinge. Inhale. Prepare for 1. Inhale down. 2. Inhale down. 3. Good. Inhale down. Park. Please down. 1 more set to go.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this is the part of the workout where Jane Fonda is working. So for you, or for me, these are those fondue exercises, or Jane fondues if you are watching. Give it a like. And if you're not Jane, you too can give it a like. But we're going to bend those knees together, starting at the ankles and straightening out front. We'll bend the knees together, and this time we'll straighten those knees together out to the side. Then the back of the ankle, and then fully extend out the rear. And it goes one more time to the side on the flat foot. Then we'll find our balance and then descend together, landing, absorbing, and fully extending the leg. Land together with a knee bend, fully extend. Back, this time again, full stretch of the leg, and one more time to the side. Now find that balance and perhaps find the attitude out front this time. Hands or no hands. Then through that passive position, let's find the same thing out the back with that rear attitude and hold and breathe and back to that passe. Come down under the hip and return. Show off in the best kind of way.
Well, you did 3
Nice.
last time. Following your pattern.
Lauren's making me look like the slacker today. I like it. I love it. Love that artistic expression and doing the things that Lauren doesn't love to do. That's a good sign that we're training efficiently, effectively, also
Next
having
side.
fun. Okay, knees bend together, knees straighten together, knees bend together, and they straighten out to the side. It's to the back of the ankle, full stretch of the leg. That's a challenge always for me. And then one more time to the side. Now find that balance and absorb, coming down and fully extending. Blend that knee bend and fully extend. Repeating to the back, full extension of the leg at the knee, and then one more time to the side. Find your balance. Perhaps just hold, or challenge yourself in that attitude out front. Then through that passe position, and the same thing in that attitude out the back. Straighten the knee, press down to grow up tall, then passe, and from Lauren, find demi point with a leg out to the side and hold, pass it down with control.
Ooh.
Shake, wiggle, press.
1 final set of presses here today. Keep it to, you might want to do more, but save that for the next time. Let's do 2 quality presses here. Stick to the plan. Hip hinge. Inhale. Prepare for 1. Inhale, pull down. 2. Inhale, pull down. Park bell. Shake it out. Ooh, feels good, feels strong. Same thing,
Agreed.
second side.
Agreed.
Inhale, and 1. Inhale, 2. Pull down. Park bell. Probably move it off to the side. So get the space cleared for center time
Nice.
as we finish up those strong presses today.
Sounds good. Whew. Can we do one more thing on the bar before center time, Lauren?
Sure, yeah.
All
no
right.
rules.
Battement time. Battement time. So start with those legs in the first position. And because we're not wearing our slippery shoes or a floor that's forgiving, we'll tendu to the 3 times in a row. Up, down, up, hold. Ready to go?
Yeah.
3, 2, up and down. 3, 2, up. 2, up and hold on that front foot. Awesome. And down. Return. Now tendu to the side. Same thing. 3, 2, up and down. 3, 2, up and down. And 3, 2, up and hold. And find that front of the foot if you can. Down and together. I'm sure Lauren will have us lift our legs a little bit as part of that center work. So let's just finish one set to the front, to the side, and it's back to Lauren. It's the straight leg out the front. 1, 2, up and down. 1, 2, up and down. And this time we'll hold 1, 2, up and hold. And are on that front foot and down. Rond or close and reach to the side. And same thing. 1, 2, up, down. 1, 2, up and down. And 1, 2, up, hold, push your energy forward, perhaps find that rise and close. And sides, because this is Lauren's side, that's my side, and we'll do one more weight transfer.
One more weight transfer. Let's do something a little spicy here. So we'll stand on a non-squeaking floorboard, up nice and tall. We're going to find this balance in the middle of the room. So we're going to pull that leg up to that retiere position. Tap your inner thigh. Is it working? Yes is the answer. Good. If not, try to tighten it up. Then from here, we're going to reach to the back. Spin the leg in internal rotation, but keep the hip level. Leg is going to swoop across the body and then open back up. Repeat again. Slow internal rotation across the body. Open up. Let's do it slow one more time. Taking your time, picturing that femur rolling in the socket, but the hips staying level and across. Do it slow, add a balance aid, or add a little bit of speed. Notice as I do this though, my leg is loose in the socket, but my core, my shoulders, my standing leg is not moving for 3, 2, 1. Finish with the leg out to the side. One last bonus rise. Try to find a rise in space for 3, 2. Come down to that same foot. Then place that standing or moving leg down. Ooh, ooh.
Spicy was right.
Spicy is right. Same thing, second side. So root the standing leg, grip the floor, squeeze the cheek. Pull the other leg up. Give it a little tappy, tip, tip, tap there. Feel that hammy, feel that adductor. Then hips stay level. That's why I like to place my hands here. As I turn the leg in, reach across, rotates in, reaches across, opens up one more time, rotates in, reaches across, opens up. Keep the slowness or add a little bit of speed, but we have the stability. The rest of our body as only that moving leg is moving for 2 and 1. Finish with it at the side. Stick it by pushing down to find your rise. Holding for 3, 2. Control the down.
Darn it.
Second foot lands. Squeeze both cheeks. Zip up the seam of your pants. Brace your abs. Breathe. Stand up tall. Try to look like you're having a good time. And then relax, shaking it out. Whew, thanks for joining us in the second week of our bar class. And on Saturday,
we play with strength. We work on the bodyweight basics like Lauren's wrist warm-up and how that can progress to crawls for the core, crawls for our coordination, crawls for fun, and ultimately into the handstand.
And then next week, it starts week 3, our kettlebell, our bar, and our bodyweight practice. In the meantime, check out our YouTube, check out our Patreon page, check out our website, like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye. Hi, Niru.
Hello, Niru.